Welcome to Suburban On Air and Cohen in the City, and it's a real privilege to have very well-known actor, entertainer, singer, stand-up comedian. He does it all. Anthony Kavanagh, welcome to the Suburban.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, Anthony,
Cohen on the City.
That's it.
Finally, I'm on Cohen on the City.
Well, thank you for that endorsement. Anthony, the first exciting news that I just learned is that, you know, you spent a lot of time in your life in the South Shore, but now you've joined us in the West End, and now you're living in NDG.
NDG for the past, I moved actually a year ago, almost to the day. I moved to NDG, and we're very happy here.
That's great. Well, welcome to the West End of Montreal. That's really good to know, because when we go to Provigo or IGA, we never know who might be.
There's a new IGA in Côte-Saint-Luc.
That's it.
So, you know, I'm sure you've been to that one.
That's it. We're going to look for you in the lineup. We're going to look for you in the milk section. Well, Anthony, first of all, it's very exciting news that you just did your first English project, basically, even though your name, some people would think it's English. They don't know if it's French, but Let's Go. It's terrific. Why did it take so long to do an English project like that?
It's an Irish name, actually. Kavanaugh is an Irish
okay.
name, so that's why I look, I'm from the south.
That's why you look Irish.
South of, I'm black Irish. South of Ireland. 200 years ago, I was a green-eyed redhead, 200 years ago. 200 years ago, which is actually true, by the way. Can you ask questions?
Yeah, so sorry, but we got sidetracked there. But your English project, how did this all come about?
I've been waiting for this for 30 years now. I started with comedy, and comedy was the first love, and singing came right after that. Not long after, as the second love, but a close second, and I incorporated singing in my stand-up for 30 years, and I sang on TV on different special projects here and there, but never sang my own songs. And a couple of years back, I suffered from a pulmonary embolism and an infarctus on the other side of the planet in New Caledonia, where I was supposed to do a show, and it put my priorities back in order. I said, okay, I almost died. I was alone for 3 weeks over there, away from everyone, from my family, from everyone during the holidays. And I said, okay, what's on the bucket list? I could have died. So I said, what are the dreams? What do I really want to do with my life? What haven't I done? And singing, he said, you've always wanted to sing your own songs. Let's do it. So I said, let's go. And then I met an old friend I hadn't seen in about 20 years, Marc Dupré, who is a Quebec singing star. Yeah. And I told him I wanted to sing. He said, great idea, man. You have to sing. You have a great voice. I know the guy you need. I know the right producer that you need. And introduced me to John Nathaniel. And we wrote this song. We did the whole thing, the whole single in 3 days.
Wow!
3 days from zero to what you hear on the internet or on Spotify in 3 days, and the song is called "Let You Go." And I know what you're going to ask me. What is it all? What is it all about? The song, it's "Let You Go." It's letting go of all toxic relationships. Maybe professional, personal. But the number one toxic relationship is with yourself, with your ego, letting go of your ego and be your true self.
So are we going to see more, Anthony? Are we going to see more English projects by you?
Oh yeah, we finished 6 songs, and right now we're working on the final touches of for 4 remixes, so we can go to we're going to attack English Canada next, and it's been released in Switzerland, so it's playing on radio in Switzerland. We're number 1 actually this week in Quebec, or on the independent radio charts. So I'm pretty happy about that. 2 months after 2 months, actually we were number 1 last week, and this week on the independent radio circuit. So it feels great. I'm happy. I've been wanting to do this for so long, and it's just it's a blessing. I'm happy.
So I have to ask you, is the baby coming in?
My wife just walked in and she was like,
Hey, listen, this is
bother
live.
daddy, don't bother daddy.
This is live video. Any of the family are welcome to join us at any point during this interview. Don't worry.
My daughter will probably sneak in. She likes to do that.
We would welcome a cameo. So let me ask you, Anthony, I asked this to all the kind of people in the business. How has COVID impacted your career right now?
For shows, it's stopped everything. We've canceled. I'm kind of lucky because I'm in between shows right now, so I'm writing new material for the next show, but I'm supposed to be back on stage to do a test run of about 6 months. I'm supposed to be back on stage beginning of October. So there's another thing. The inspiration I've had writer's block for the past 2 months because of all this situation. And I need to go out and I need to see people to watch what's going on and just not be stuck inside or on a computer all day. So now that we've been allowed to walk around and be semi-free, the inspiration is slowly but surely coming back.
Well, Mark Dupree has been doing some performances at drive-in theaters, and there's a new drive-in theater right near your house, the Royal
Mount.
So who knows?
Is he going to play there? Is he going to play at the Royal Mount?
I don't believe he is, but I can tell you, I can make a few phone calls and get Anthony Kavanagh on there. I know the owners.
Have you been? Have you been to the?
I've driven by, but I've been in touch with the promoters. It's I'm hearing rave reviews, and this might be a great opportunity. So I'm going to give them a call.
No, not yet. Before I do live shows with the music, I want maybe 2 or 3 singles to be out. So
all right. Well, we'll maybe towards the end of the summer, maybe we can do an Anthony Kavanagh matchmaking. You never know. We'll see what happens. Anthony, you've had a tremendous career. What would you say is one of the highlights? I know you've toured with Celine Dion and Julio Iglesias.
I was very lucky. I started when I started out. I toured 2 years with Celine. I started in French in Quebec, and then after 6 months, when she finished her Quebec tour, she launched her first English album, and I remember René, her late husband, late husband, said, "Anthony, we're going." He sounded like a mafia boss when he talked. "Anthony, we're going on tour across Canada with her first English album, and we'd like you to continue opening for Celine." I said, "Renee, that's great, and I want to do a comedy in English. That's my main goal. But I don't have any material." And I used to do 35 minutes in French. He said, "Oh, you have 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks." So in 2 weeks, I translated 35 minutes worth of material.
Wow.
I went and I tested it at the Comedy Nest in front of their American partners and the Sony president, vice president, and artistic director came by, and they said, "Okay, he's good." And so I opened for Celine 2 years across Canada. So that was a great experience. And then Julio Iglesias in Montreal, Natalie Cole, and the main objective was to go to America and do stand up in English. And what happened was what I call I say le bel accident, the beautiful accident. I was invited to a comedy festival in Montreux, Switzerland, and I said, "All right, I'll go. Why not? Let's go to Europe and do some comedy in French. Just check it out." I was invited. It was a big hit, huge hit. They invited me the next year, and I did my whole show, big hit, and I did two routines, 2 sets with a French comedy star. We did a duo together, and that was a big hit too. And I noticed that there was a niche for me in French-speaking Europe. So I said, I'll go for 2-3 years, and I ended up staying there for 20 years.
Wow.
So I lived in France for almost 17 years and 3.5 years in Switzerland. I moved to Montreux for about almost 3 years, where I started out in English. So that's why I decided to launch the single in Switzerland at the same time as in Canada, because I said I started my European comedy career in Switzerland, so I said I'll start my singing career in Switzerland too, in Europe. So yeah, no, it's been good too. I met my wife in Switzerland. My kids were my son was born in France. My daughter was born in Switzerland, and we came back 3 years ago today, actually.
Oh, wow.
3 years ago today, we came back to Canada. We were supposed to stay for 2 years. I didn't my tour for 2 years in Quebec, and we said, hey, let's stay. We love it here. I wanted to come back home, and I was waiting. I've been waiting a long time to come back home. My wife wanted to stay in Europe, and then she finally fell in love with Canada, and now she's the one who said, I don't want to go back. She's the one saying, I don't want to go back to Europe. I want to stay in Canada. I love this country.
Well, that's great, and you're a great success story. It was great to meet you via Zoom. I hope to
Same
meet
here,
you
Mike.
in
Same
person
here.
soon. As I said, I'm going to look for you in the fruit and vegetables aisle at IGA next time I go there. All the best. Good luck, and
call me if you find kittens.
And we're gonna look for a kitten for Anthony. I have expertise in that area, so that's definitely on my radar screen. So I'll be.
Thank you very much. My son will love you forever. And
all right, Anthony.
I'll owe you one. Take care, Mike.
Terrific. All the best.
Bye.
Good talking to you.
You too.
Got no rhyme to my reason. Left my heart on the pavement. Oh Lord, I'm better than this. Lord knows I'm better than this. Got tired of kneeling. Caught me burning my feelings. Oh Lord, I'm better than this. Lord knows I'm better than this. Well, we tried to talk, lean on my rock. I've been lost so long. We've been lost so long. God, I love you. Why'd you push me? And it kills me. But now I gotta let you go. It'll cost you. Why'd you cross me? And it kills me. But now I gotta let you go. Driving down on the fast lane while my soul's got a few stains. Oh Lord,